In this video, we'll be comparing two popular online marketplaces, Mercari and eBay, to help you decide where you should be selling in 2023. We'll be looking at the pros and cons of both platforms, as well as their policies, fees, and user experiences. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of which platform will work best for you. If you're new here, I'm Perry, a part-time reseller. And if you're looking to learn how to get started in the reselling world, we have a library full of tips for every marketplace. Let's start with Mercari, a mobile-first platform that has been growing in popularity over the past years. One of the biggest advantages of Mercari is that it is incredibly easy to use. You can list items in just a few clicks, and the platform will take care of the rest. Listing on Mercari is absolutely free, and there are no restrictions on how big or small your store can be. If the thought of shipping stuff scares you, you can opt in to only sell locally, and the best part is that a driver can pick up your item, deliver it to the buyer at no additional cost to you. Mercari is very transparent with their selling fees, which is roughly 13% total, and you don't have to guess how much your profit will be because they automatically calculate it for you. Now, let's take a look at eBay, one of the oldest and most well-known marketplace. One of the biggest advantages of eBay is that it is a full e-commerce platform that can support you as you grow your business. eBay has a massive user base with over 159 million active buyers worldwide. This means that your item have a greater chance of being sold since you have the ability to tap into the international market. eBay also offers a lot of flexibility when it comes to selling. You can pretty much sell anything on eBay, from clothing to electronics to cars. And since eBay is an all-around e-commerce platform, sellers have the ability to truly manage their store, from setting up your own shipping policies, having markdown sales, and promoting your listing in different ways. However, that flexibility comes with a price. eBay's fees can be a bit more complex compared to other platforms. For starters, there are limits on how many free listings you can do every month, and their final value fees are based on what category you sell in. So, for example, a clothing reseller can pay more fees compared to someone who sells guitars. Another important factor to consider when deciding where to sell is the user experience, your user experience. Both Mercari and eBay have their pros and cons when it comes to user experience. Aside from the simplicity of listing items, there are three standout features that really sets Mercari apart from eBay. First, they cover the shipping cost for return items. Second, their bundling feature is easy to use for customers, which comes in handy when you're trying to sell multiple items. And lastly, whenever you accept an offer, the buyer pays right away. However, one of the biggest disadvantages of Mercari is the lack of reporting and analytics. eBay, on the other hand, has more of a complex user interface on both their website and on their mobile app, but they offer more selling tools and resources compared to Mercari. Here are the three standout features that eBay has over Mercari. First, eBay's international shipping program removes the headaches of expensive shipping rates, customs paperwork, and having to pay for return shipping. Second, the freedom to personalize your own store. So I can customize my storefront, send coupons, run a sale, send newsletters to my existing buyers or followers, and so many other things that I can do on eBay, but not on Mercari. And lastly, eBay has the best analytics tools where you can do a deep dive of how your store is doing. However, one of the biggest disadvantages of eBay is that they are very slow to innovate. Hey, by the way, if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm, and YouTube can push this video to more people. Finally, let's take a look at the return policies for both platforms. Mercari has a simple return policy that covers buyers who have not received the item, received the wrong item, or received a damaged item. The two major pros about Mercari's return policies are the buyer has up to 3 days to return an item. As a seller, I want to sell an item and move on without having any lingering concerns that my buyer may request a return long after the purchase. And the second pro about Mercari's return policy is that Mercari pays for the return shipping. Now, although they cannot return items for any reason, Mercari often goes above and beyond what is normally written in their policy, which can be very frustrating to sellers. In situations when buyers are unsatisfied with their purchase, Mercari opens up a claim and typically resolves it in favor of the buyer, even if it would have technically been against their own policy. eBay, on the other hand, allows sellers to set their own return policy. You have the option to not accept returns, offer free returns, meaning the buyer can return the item in 30 days and do not have to pay for shipping, or you have the option to accept the return in 30 days, but the buyer pays for return shipping. Now, if you decide to not accept any returns or the buyer pays for the return shipping, eBay's buyer protection policy will override that decision for you, and you are automatically required to pay for return shipping. So where should you be selling in 2023? If I were to start over again and I'm serious about scaling a reselling business, then I would pick eBay. But if I'm a casual seller and I see this as a hobby, then I would pick Mercari. But you let me know in the comment section below, which one are you going to pick, eBay or Mercari? If you like this type of content, then you might find this next video interesting.